All right, what is up? What is up, YouTube boxing family? It is K Rod here. I'm back at it with another good live stream for you guys today. I will be having Derrick Diesel Jackson on the panel. I sent him the link, so hopefully me and him can talk it out and you know, talk about his career and yeah, you know, go from that point on. So yeah, much thanks to Howard Davis coming onto the panel. You know, talking boxing with him, and discussing sports. But yeah, I was supposed to have Danilo. I don't know what happened with him, so I'm just gonna put that on standby and just wait for him to reach back out. Like I'm not gonna do that, but me and Camilla, we'll talk tomorrow. That'll be 8:30 a.m. So I'll have that set up for the morning time at 8:30. So the reason why is because she's out in Italy, so she's like what, like six hours away from me. So I'm out here in Florida, so I got like more more of like a time gap with her. So um, yeah. So give me 1 second. Derek should be should be joining soon. And give me 1 second. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yup.
Yeah, can you hear me properly?
Yeah, I can hear you properly.
Sweet. First of all, thank you for coming through. I appreciate it, and
No problem.
hope everything's well with you. Um, yeah. Just to start things out, just tell us who you are. How'd you get into boxing? Right.
Excuse me. I started boxing when I was 5, and I started off with karate, and then I quickly was, I got into the physical sports. I was really into it. I got into boxing under Sheehan Robert Renee, in Orlando, Florida. So I started off with him, and from there I just been boxing ever since. And so now I'm 10-0, and yeah, we're chasing greatness.
Yeah. As far as the division you campaign at, what division do you campaign at?
Um, I've recently been fighting at 54. I've been fighting at 54.
Yeah, that's interesting because I was thinking you fought at like 175, and like I'm not like trying to say that you're huge, but like you look like a super soldier fighting at 154. I'm just saying, you have like insane physicality at that weight class.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I go by the name of Diesel. Everybody, sees me on cameras and stuff, and they think I'm a lot bigger than what I am. But no, I'm fighting at 154.
Yeah, because if anything, you kind of look just as big as Erickson Lupin. I'm not gonna lie, like you look just like him.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to make like a joke out of that. Sorry.
yeah. No, I understand. I get it a lot.
All right. Yeah, like as far as like the sport goes, like, what's your goals right now? Like, are you trying to get into like the rankings soon, or what's gonna happen in the future?
Yeah. I'm trying to, get in the rankings and end up on TV. I'm just trying to become a big name. I want to be put in like history books and shit. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry, watch my language. But
No,
yeah,
no, no,
I
no, that's
just,
all good. You can
I just want to,
say.
want to go down in history.
Yeah. Um. As far as like, your training regimen goes, like, who are you with as far as getting your training and getting better?
I've been training with Herman. Uh, Herman
Oh,
Casado.
Herman Casino.
Right. Yeah, we're in
Oh,
Miami.
wow.
And we've been training it up.
Yeah. Is he like a good coach that everyone says that he is? Like, does he really focus on
Yeah,
his fighting? Yeah.
yeah. We've been focusing on the goal, and we've just been at it, putting in that work.
Yeah. Do you run into all the other guys like Michelle Rivera and all those talents?
Yeah. I've trained with Michelle, Lewis, Ortiz, all of them.
Yeah. As far as just like let the sparring goes, like, do you spar people in your division, or do you fight guys that are heavier than you?
So with my sparring, I've been going with people sometimes a little heavier, sometimes my weight, and sometimes a little lighter. So I've been mixing it up, and just putting in some good work.
Yeah, because I wanted to just get your point of view on that, because people say that it's better to fight people like around your weight class, but in certain cases that's probably not to be a good idea, just simply due to like you being like heavy-handed, and if you're like beating up guys that are I'm sorry.
Hello?
Did you ask? Like, did you say
No.
something?
No.
Yeah. Like, I was just gonna finalize to say, like, is it like necessary for you to like fight guys around your weight class, or should it be better to fight guys that are bigger in case you like hit hard and let the people who that you're sparring around your weight class can't take your shots? Or
It all depends on the sparring partner, to be honest. Because I've sparred on different types of weights, and they've all had different reactions. I've sparred 130 before. I'll even go as far as fighting somebody who fought in the 128, I believe, and he was able to spar with me and with no problem and stuff like that. But I'd have a problem with somebody sparring me at 140. So it's just all depends on the sparring partner.
yeah, because like, I think honestly, like, in certain cases, like, if you're going up against like a really, like, how should I say, if you're going up against like that super tough opponent, and you need to have like a good cradle form of sparring, like, wouldn't it be better to like fight somebody that does have a little bit of size, but then they can actually give you like all the styles to be like ready for it psychologically, right?
Yeah. But when it comes to sparring with me, I just I just get anybody who's willing to. I take the way I am with my coach and my promoters. They throw me a name, and I'm most of the times like I just take it.
Oh, okay.
I put in the work, so I'm pretty good with that.
So wait, you just take anything out of the mystery box? Like, you're just ready to be like, okay, like, sign me up, right?
Yeah, if you take me and I know that I'm training, I'm ready to take the name. I'm ready to go.
Well, in that case, you should probably go out and fight Joey Spencer right away. Be like, hey Joey, if you need that, fighter, replacement, for Jesus Ramos, I can come in and clip you.
Uh-huh.
I think that's the great thing about boxing. Like, when you are that underdog and everyone's talking smack about you and they're saying, oh man, who is this guy? Like, he hasn't done anything, and then you just come in and just upset everybody. Like,
Uh-huh.
I think that's like the greatest thing about having those mystery matchups, where like, if you don't do your research on the guy that you're fighting, like that's like a recipe for disaster. And I think, like, I want to get your point of view. Like, should you be watching film every single day on the fighters that you fight? So if you're going through a really tough training camp for like a good guy that you're fighting, and then let's just say he pulls out, and then there's like a guy that's way better than him, but you don't know who this guy is, and you are not so informed of how he like on how he fights. Like, should it be necessary like at a last minute, resort to do research on the guy to make sure that you could actually make those quick, fast adjustments to beat him?
Sorry, what? Sorry.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Like, I'll start over. Like in a certain scenario, like should it be necessary for you to do research on your opponents, whether if it's like a last minute fill in or a tough guy that you may think he's tough, but you don't know too much about his film? Like, should it be important for you to study that fighter, regardless of what the certain credentials and manners that gets you prepared come fight night?
I think it's good to do a little research, and even if I'm not able to sometimes, because some fighters, they change up styles depending on the fight and stuff like that. So he might fight one way this fight, but he might change it up for me. So you can never depend on that. But I myself, I'd like to go back and do some research on the opponent beforehand.
Yeah, because like the reason why that I'm asking is like I'll just use a really good example with Jose Valenzuela and Edwin De Los Santos. Like, he didn't know anything about him, and he said at the press conference, him and his team don't know anything about him, and it's kind of shocking because he had that one good fight that ended up becoming a loss to William Foster III. He wasn't viewed as like some like up and coming like threat, but I think like for those type of fighters, like, shouldn't you be treating it like it's like a world title fight? Like, hey, like if this guy clips you,
I treat every fight like it's a world title fight, like it's my last fight. It's honestly a war for me inside of there every time, no matter the opponent. Since my first fight, I've just been looking at every person I've gone against so far. I've looked at as a challenge.
Yeah, that's interesting that you say that. Yeah, because like I think with the fighters that are like hyped up now in boxing, like they don't really take the sport seriously, and I think like that's what ends up becoming like a massive cycle of like if you are not fighting the best competition and you get clipped by some guy that no one's heard about, but he's actually good, like doesn't that just show that your skill level is just not where it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
How would you describe your boxing style? Like are you a boxer puncher, mover, defensive?
Yeah, I would say I'm a boxer puncher. A lot of the times I stay inside and I brawl, but I'm also a really smart boxer, and I know how to box as well. I know how to stick and move.
Yeah, I would say you're a boxer puncher because based off of your last fight that I watched, you were moving, you had really good shot placement.
Yeah.
And I personally think, you probably cracked pretty hard to gain the respect out of your opposition, where, they're not like coming forward and they're trying to like break you down. And I think honestly today's fighters, like not a lot of them use up the jab a lot. Do you agree, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you start, with your jab, and then do you work your way into try to knock somebody out, or how do you prioritize yourself?
I start with the jab, finish with the jab. Everything is with the jab. I set up combinations. That's how I set the pace. It's just I use the jab throughout all the fight.
Yeah. Do you work on everything in the gym to facilitate a certain style for a fight, or do you try to work on all the things that you're not good at and then focus on like some of other things that you're really gifted at, right?
Right now, because I'm young and upcoming, so I'm just fixing the small problems I have right now, and making sure to tighten that up before a bigger opportunity comes. And I'm just staying on top of everything.
Yeah. As far as just like like the matchmaking that you're going through now, like are these like tough guys that you're trying to look for, like heading into 2023 in the future, are you going to be seeking more tougher opposition?
Well, that's up to my team and stuff like that. I'm always looking for a competition. All right. But yeah, I'm always looking for a competition. I love competition, so I'm a very competitive person. They give me a hard competition. I love it. I'm here for it.
When are you getting back into the ring?
My next fight is February 25th.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is this out? Where's the venue?
It may be, I believe, Minneapolis.
Wow, Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, honestly, if it was out in Minnesota in the Armory on a PBC card, I probably would be lit for that. But Minneapolis is I don't think. Or wait, actually, yeah, Minneapolis. That's out in Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if that's in the Armory. Oh, wait a minute. Is that a PBC card? 25th, Brandon Figueroa and Mark Messiah.
I believe so.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Yo, that is some good insider news. But if that happens, I'm definitely helping you out, man. I'm gonna be promoting that on my page.
For sure. All right, for sure.
Yo, that's awesome. Yeah, but I'm hoping that's that's not the case. I was gonna say, as far as venues go, do you have certain venues that you want to fight at in the future for your career?
None. No specifics. I know I want to have a hometown fight for sure in Orlando. Especially when I get big and stuff, I want to sell out the Amway Arena type.
Yeah, so. The Amway, that's a really good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I recently moved out here to Florida from New York because I'm from Albany, so
okay.
I'm out here. Yeah, I'm out here in Waimama, but I could always go out to Tampa or Plant City, if you have fights out there.
All right.
Yeah. I was gonna say, do you plan on wanting to fight internationally, maybe in other countries, right? Or
yeah. It was a thing I did in the amateurs. It's a thing I'm looking to do as a pro. So I'm looking to become one of the best and fight the best. And yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice. Do you want to as far as marketing goes, what are you doing to get your name out there? Are you utilizing the internet a lot, or are you heavily relying off of promoters to do it for you?
It's a lot of the internet and my promoters. So my promoters, they help get my name out there. But I also post on internet, and I post little boxing videos and stuff like that. So yeah, I try to promote myself as well.
Yeah, because I think the problem in the sport, I don't know if you can agree, but it's not a lot of people want to promote themselves, and I think they're just stuck in the past, fighters wise, where they think promoters are necessary in the sport, but in other sports, they don't need a promoter for them. They already have the backing for them to get in, and then obviously it's limited talent pool to be put onto the rafters of promotion. But I guess for boxing, like compared to what's happening right now in like on YouTube boxing, like do you think that the social media influence, is like pretty good to try to get yourself, aligned with like bigger audiences that way, right?
Yeah. I believe through social media and the influence that it gives, I believe you could set up a lot of major fights.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, because like I think that's like the future because I was like talking with other people about it, but like if I'm let's just say like if I'm going to fights out in Atlanta, Georgia a lot, and I like you or anybody else that fights out there, and let's just say like for example, if more Black Americans came together to create a more like decentralized network to have more events, catered for Black American fighters. Do
Uh-huh.
you think do you think that's a good idea to have like a grassroots, community network to have like certain like events lined up for certain athletes of that caliber?
Yeah, and, I support my community a lot, and anything uplifting my community, I'm full force, supported. So, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because I wanted to ask that because I think that will break a lot of the corruption in boxing to like have more of what the fans come together. And if you
Yeah.
could have that, like if you could have that set up made economically for people that wanted to have their own, covenant based, relations with their own people, like I think that's like a really good tool to do to try to experiment. But I wanted to, just to ask that to get your point of view. Um, yeah, like I was also gonna ask, like, as far as your career goes, like, do you plan on winning like a lot of titles in multiple divisions? How long do you plan on staying in boxing?
I plan on being in here for a while. Multiple divisions probably, and I just like I said, I plan on being in the history books. So I want to make my name like a big old name and build something off of it.
Yeah. Do you like as far as what the weight classes go? Like, what's at the highest weight class that you're trying to, finish your career at?
Uh, I'd say like probably 175.
175.
Yeah.
Dang, man, that's ginormous. Like,
Some people already think I fight there.
yeah. I was gonna ask about like weight cutting. Do you think that's like the hardest thing out of boxing, out of everything? Because it seems like a lot of fighters are not fighting at their natural weight classes.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Um. Yeah. For some fighters, yeah. It's definitely hard, and it's like a major thing for them to do that weight cut. But for me, my journey, it's some of it has been hard, but lately it's all been pretty easy with losing weight and keeping it maintained.
How much weight are you shredding? Heading into fight night.
Not much. It's like a cool 15 10 pounds.
Oh, oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause like honestly for me like what bothers me like a lot is like all these weight classes in boxing doesn't really help the sport. If anything, it just
Yeah.
benefits the promoters and sanction bodies that want to like make money off of the fights that are not
Uh-huh.
really interesting. But I was gonna say if there was a massive consolidation in weight classes, because I believe in the past there was like not that many weight classes at all in boxing, but
Uh-huh.
um, I wanted to get your point of view. Do you think if boxing, if it got cut down to like let's just say 8 weight classes total for the sport. Do you think that's like a way better setup to like help fighters cut weight better to like avoid any risk or fatal injury?
I feel like I don't know. It'd probably help the boxing community, but also hurt a little bit. Not as far as, it's just, once you get so comfortable with the weight class and you're fighting with that weight class, then other people get joined in because of, sizes and stuff like that. And then there's, people that would take that as a benefit, would grab that and run with it.
Yeah, I think it would be a lot better, like just as far as like you keeping your fluids together, because I assume if you're if you're draining down to the weight and people try to like throw like that weight bully symbolism onto fighters that have been in weight classes for quite a long time, like you're actually saving more lives in a way to basically introduce like a better system where you're not having to like sacrifice that much muscle versus fat heading into like a fight, I assume, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say training wise, like do you go through like a lot of like strength and conditioning or what do you focus on every fight camp?
Just like strength and conditioning and boxing, just a lot of that. We work on the basics a lot.
Yeah. Do you do like a lot of road work or hill runs or whatever they call it, right?
We do a lot of work on the track and field, and we got some good conditioning in, and we work all around, and we make sure everything's in stable condition.
Nice. Yeah, because I think that's like so necessary to like see it. Like I think if every boxer had it set up like that, where like don't you know how UFC they have like their own like actual gyms for like the fighters? Like if boxing had something like that, do you think that would like benefit your skill set as a fighter versus like having like the limited services like around you depending on where you are?
Yeah, I feel like that would help. Gather a lot of boxers together, and you learn from your surroundings and the people around you.
Yeah, because I think in today's sport, like a lot of fighters are not preparing correctly in training camp, so maybe that's why in some cases like some fighters just don't look good in a fight because either they're overtraining or they're going through some really bad practices and training. Like I'll even use Jason Rosario for example when he fought Charlo. From what I heard, he went through a 16-week camp preparing for Charlo, and that was so much stress that he went through. It's like there was like I don't know if you see it, but it's like when you see a fighter that gets buzzed really early and they're getting hurt a lot easier by an opponent that's naturally fit for the division, like don't you see that as like a major like risk factor that needs to be handled immediately?
Yeah.
Like I was just I wanted to ask that, but as far as the I guess at the management of your career, like what's some advice that you would give to any fighter starting out in boxing? Like what do you have to go through to keep your career in a positive manner?
It's like my team always says, it's the fight outside the ring that really matters. You just got to keep your head straight. Don't let stuff outside the ring distract you from boxing or affect you from boxing. You might be having problems outside the ring because that's the way life is. Life isn't always easy, but you can't let that distract you from the things that's happening inside the ring.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, as far as just getting fights, is it hard for you finding, like opponents or?
Somewhat to an extent, but you know, and I grew up and the way type of person I am, boxer puncher. I really don't care about who I'm going against. So sometimes it's hard to find people to fight, but other than that, it's pretty good. My management team is doing a pretty good job of finding me opponents.
Hey, like I was gonna say, if you're looking for like a really tough fight or a tough opponent, I've been hearing that one fighter, Brian Palaco, he's looking for fights at, at 154.
All right.
Yeah, like I just wanted to throw that out there to create some rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, speaking of rivals, do you have any like rivals in your division that you want to settle beef with, or any fights that you want in the future that are big?
Nah, I don't really have like any beef for anybody or stuff like that. Just I'm looking to get all the names and add them to my list. I'm looking to become a big name, like I said, and I want to become in the history books. And to do that, I gotta take on whoever in the division.
I mean, we need you to go over to the zone so you can start clearing those British dudes out. At least you can. Hey man, I'm just saying, like they're just trash. Like they're not
Yeah.
they're not on anybody's level over here. In the States. Like, I don't know if you've seen like some of what their talent, like Kyle Man, Agarco, and all those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think like if you just put like one American fighter in there, like they just clear the entire roster. But yeah. Speaking of which, like I think like honestly, if you had it set up where boxing didn't have any like sanction bodies or like corrupt matchmaking in the sport, like in a perfect
Mm-hmm.
world, like if you were tough, like if you were matched up tough at the beginning of your career, do you believe that the skill set of where you are right now would like like basically skyrocket further to where you want to be?
Um, my I have full confidence in myself, and I believe, um, put me up against anybody, and I'll do what's necessary to win. And that's just the dog in me. I know how to survive and do what I have to do to win in those situations.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah, because I think a lot of fighters don't have a lot of dog in them, and I think
Yeah.
that's what shows like the truth out of your skill set of who
Hmm.
you are, as a fighter, and your fighting spirit. So I think matchmaking is very necessary to be matched up tough, but don't like I don't know how I can explain it. Like, do you believe that if you were being matched up extremely tough, should it be like certain levels of like being matched up tough? Like, should you start from like level 1 before you hit like level
Yeah,
5?
yeah. There's, there's
Or
there's levels. There's levels to this thing. There's levels to boxing, and yeah, I feel like no boxer should just automatically straight up just skyrocket out of nowhere. There's like you gotta build up from somewhere, and you gotta start off with experience and everything. So yeah, I'm pretty glad with how my team has moved me so far, and the things I've learned all the way.
yeah, because the reason why that I asked that is because like when you got these fighters like Jaime Munguia or like any of these guys that are just holding up their division by just fighting tomato can or just low level fighters, like doesn't doesn't that anger you as a fighter to be like, oh well, if I run into a guy just like that doesn't want to fight me, and you're out here beating everybody that is available, but they're not at the level that you need to be, doesn't doesn't that need to be set in place where like like I'll even use like whatchamacallit, the Subriel Matias and Jeremiah's Ponce situation. Matias was supposed to fight Ponce back on October 15th on the Deontay Wilder card, right? And basically, Ponce tried to make up the excuse to say that, oh well, I can't fight him due to like my visa, which that was like a lie, but he did it in a way to try to avoid the fight. And then when Subriel Matias came out and exposed that to say, look, like, the IBF is basically allowing this guy to like reschedule to say that he has visa issues when he doesn't have visa issues. They they decided not to strip his ranking to let the next available guy fight him. So now this is like, I think like the second or third time that this fight had to be rescheduled, but like I'm hearing that fight's going to be on February 25th, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, like for issues like that, like if you're in that issue or in that situation, should you either just move on, or should you try to push for some form of how should I say, like legal action to prevent these type of things from happening in the sport?
I would try to push some legal action, but at some point you just gotta keep moving on and fighting the other great names that could just be added onto your list. There's always going to be somebody else.
Yeah, because I wanted to bring that up with you because I feel like when, like, if I like you as a fighter and I'm putting my hard-earned money to see you fight, but you're not getting your shine to get your championship opportunity, then I think that's screwing us as a community that wants, the sport to be great. So I think that, predating to my earlier point, that if we as a people started bringing ourselves together to decentralize away from that corruption and try to create our own events in our own like ethnic driven communities, like, if Black American talent was just completely stacked and you had all the Black American communities and all the major cities just have their events dedicated for Black fighters, wouldn't that be a good idea to do that instead of trying to force these mediocre fights with better talent that that shouldn't be in the ring with them?
Yeah, I agree, and I agree that's something our community should do.
Yeah, I just figured I'd bring that up because I talked to other people in the sport like Tim Witherspoon Jr. and all these other known fighters in the game, but I just wanted to get your point of view because I think if boxing had something like that where there was like more marketized like innovation to like separate from like the corruption, and people were to people were to actually do good, like almost similar to like a Black Wall Street situation where everyone's coming together in their own type of like little decentralized network. Like I think that would easily destroy the corruption fast, but it would be a good starting point to say, hey, look, Black Americans are coming together with their own talent and they're doing way better. They don't need anybody else. You could always have like your Tank Davis, Devin Haney type fighters always go at it, and the cards would be stacked. Like look at what Gervonta Davis did with his with his like event. Like I'm just using that as like a base example, but just like imagine that at the world title level, but with people having their own like events set up for it. You don't need to have like the middleman coming in, like the sanction bodies and the commissions to prevent all those big matchups happening. Yeah, but I was going to ask one more question and then I'll let you go. Like I don't want to hold you up. But as far as like your career goes, like, what are you trying to do to like fulfill your career before it's all said and done? When you're gonna hang it up.
I'm trying to have some shots at the title. I'm trying to, just go against all the big names. Get some shots at the titles. Go against the big names. And just truly show out for my community, my hometown, Orlando. I truly got to show out for the people there, that the ones that's been supporting me since the beginning. So, just a lot of love and admiration for them.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like, I like to go see your fights one day. Like, I want to see you fight Xander Zayas. That would be lit in Florida, hands down.
Yeah, he was somebody who I went against in the amateurs, and yeah,
Oh, really?
dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that's
went against
awesome.
each other one time. Yeah, it was the last time I was at the nationals. Yeah, I was like 17, 18 nationals. Yeah, this was in 2020.
2020. Wow, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
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 yeah. Xander's only been pro for like 3 years. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's so wild, man. Wow.
Mhm,
Because I don't know if you know Tito Mercado, like Ernesto Tito Mercado. He's out of
mhm,
California, but he told me he was supposed to fight Xander at some Florida national tournament, but
mhm.
for some weird reason he wasn't able to get that fight, and he ended up fighting one of his other stablemates. I want to say it was Charlie Sheehy or somebody else, but
Mhm.
yeah, he fought some pretty stacked opposition.
Mhm.
Yeah, but yeah. Do you have any final words for the audience? Um, that supports you.
Uh, I just want to say, I appreciate everybody that's just been supporting me so far. Um, it's Diesel Power all the way. Uh, Follow me on Instagram at DIE number 5EL and then 0. And I'm just going to watch me continue to chase greatness.
Sweet, man. I appreciate the conversation. I'd like to do this again, and best of luck in the rest of the journey. Like, I'm excited.
Yeah. And I appreciate you for having me here, sir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, I got hooked onto your name through Kana Loco Sports, so like, I like to
Yeah.
give him a shout out as well. But yeah, like, I think you're like the goods, heading into boxing. You know,
Hmm.
I think like people out of your caliber don't get like a lot of credibility early. So like, I like to talk with people like that and try to help them out any way I can. So
All right. Well, I appreciate it.
yep. Thank you very much, and I'll talk with you later, man.
All right, for sure. Thank you.
All right, peace out, bro.
Bye.
Bye. All right, y'all. Thank you very much. Salute to you, Mr. Star Destroyer. Thank you for coming through. I haven't seen you in quite a long time. Maybe it's probably because I go live on my other channel, but yeah, man. Thank you guys for coming through. I wanted to give y'all the update. Me and Danilo. I don't know if we're gonna get this on today, but I'm trying to see what happens with him. But uh, I'm pretty sure we're probably gonna end up finding like another day. I usually don't like it when people like say that they're gonna do something, for a particular date, and then they don't end up doing it with you. So I mean, if they're not gonna let you know ahead of time to get it done, then I think that's just not fair. But either way, like, I'll give the benefit of the doubt. Wait, hold on. Sorry, but yeah. Either way, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you guys think about Derrick Diesel Jackson. I'll actually drop his Instagram link for you guys. Hold on, give me a second. Derrick Diesel Jackson. Yeah, hold on, give me one second. But all right, sweet. All right, I got it. All right, so yeah, this is his Instagram. Go check him out, and I will see you guys later. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. I had a pretty good conversation with him. So I'll definitely follow up with him again, and I can't wait for the next fight. That's going to be pretty interesting. But if everything's going well as planned, if he is fighting on the whatchamacallit, the PBC card for February 25th, that's gonna be lit because I'm pretty sure there was supposed to be a PBC event at the Armory. Because if it is PBC, that's gonna be a very very good showing of his next fight. He's 10-0 right now. He got 5 KOs. He's a pretty destructive fighter. So please go check him out. I'll see you guys later. And shout out to Mr. Derrick Diesel Jackson. I'll see you guys later. Here's the outro. Peace out. Peace, love, liberty, and happiness. I'll see you guys later. And shout out to Star Destroyer 809. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thank you.